tobeherox. This anime has taken the world by surprise, releasing some of the best animation, storytelling, and characterization in all of anime. In a world where anyone can be a hero, we follow the path of 10 characters, not just one protagonist. Each character has their own unique persona and story, so instead of following one character in a linear format, you have 10 different characters with different events tying the story together. In this video, I'll be talking about the first character we got introduced to in tobeherox, Lin Ling. In just 4 episodes, Lin Ling was able to capture the fanbase, being one of, if not the most popular character. I'll be going over what makes Lin Ling such an enticing character and fan favorite among the tobeherox stacked cast. Before we get into the video, make sure to join the community, like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. Lin Ling starts off as an ordinary human like you and me with zero trust. His job was marketing heroes under the Tree Man Agency. If you were in a world where anyone can be a hero, you would want to be a hero too, right? Well, Lin Ling expresses this through a commercial made for the hero Nice. But this quickly gets shut down by his boss, who calls him delusional, skillless, talentless, and average. He tells Lin Ling to wake up from his dream of becoming a hero and leave greatness to the great. This is a reflection of how, in the real world, people will shatter your dreams of being great. And on top of all that, he gets fired. With his dream shattered, all hope gone, and nowhere to turn to, he goes to the top of the building and walks to the edge. With his feelings all over the place, he curses Nice and says, "You're not going to be perfect forever. As soon as you get old and ugly, they'll find a new you." This line is a quick foreshadow of what's to come next. Just as he says this, Nice appears in front of him, gliding down from the sky. Nice walks beside him and does the classic Nice pose, looking at Lin Ling, smiling while he falls to his death. Just as Nice fell, we see Miss J, the manager of Nice, running towards Lin Ling, ordering security to capture him, as he's the sole witness. While they are interrogating Lin Ling on what he saw, Miss J throws a bucket of white paint at Lin Ling's head. Then a spark lights up in Miss J's eyes as she sees the perfect opportunity. She sees Nice, or at least a resemblance to Nice. Miss J pounces on the opportunity in order to keep the world from knowing about Nice's death and to save herself. She has Lin Ling pretend to be Nice. During the time period of Lin Ling's adjustment to being nice, we see what society is like and how they react to heroes. They worship them and trust them. In order to be a hero, you need trust. And the more trust you have over the people, the more powerful you become. But this comes with restrictions, a side effect. As for Nice, he is viewed as perfection, and if he's viewed as perfection by the people, then he must be perfection. Lin Ling is just getting used to being nice, so this doesn't fully affect him, for now. We see that Lin Ling needs to have a makeup crew to make him look like Nice at first, but over time, he becomes nice with all his features. As Miss J said, if the people say you're nice, then you're nice. Lin Ling is trained to move like Nice, and eventually, he adapts everything Nice was. Through this transition, we can see that Lin Ling doesn't fully accept that he is now the new Nice. Lin Ling meets Nice's counterpart Moon. She is Nice's lover, as they are a hero couple. They are sent on a show called True Love Recipe, and their host is Enlighter. Enlighter has an agenda against Nice and wants to expose his relationship with Moon for being fake. He tries to do so by asking ridiculous questions, but Lin Ling answers them all correctly. Enlighter then brings out a lie detector and asks Lin Ling straight up if Moon is actually his girlfriend. Lin Ling answers truthfully, saying, "Moon isn't my girlfriend. She's more than that. She is my goddess." And the lie detector detects that he is telling the truth. To Lin Ling, Moon is someone he couldn't live without. She encouraged him, gave him a sense of hope to keep his dreams alive. And Lighter's plan backfired. Instead of exposing Nice, it created a stronger bond between Nice and Moon to the public. In a desperate attempt to expose Nice, he brings out Lin Ling's old boss, who is corrupted by fear. Fear is the opposite to trust. But it backfires again and he starts attacking everyone on set. During the battle, Lin Ling starts to question if he can really be nice. This whole time, he's been a fake, just a cover up from an accident. At that moment, we can see the fear and doubt build up inside of him as he wonders if this is really something he can do. While all these dark and negative thoughts are consuming him, he looks up to see his light, reminding him to dream big and believe in himself. This is the moment Lin Ling gains his confidence and realizes what he truly wants by saying, "I believe that one day I'll be able to protect those who need protecting, and even a nobody like me has the power to be a hero." This moment shows us that for Lin Ling, it's not about being famous, obsession of power, validation, or any other ulterior motives. Lin Ling just wants to live out his selfless dream of protecting others who need protecting. If being nice requires him to do that, then he would be nice, which is what he realizes by saying, "There is no role. I am nice." After the fight with Lin Ling's old boss, Miss J and the treatment agency set up a wedding for Moon and Nice to get married. Moon doesn't want to get married. She wants to be free and be done playing girlfriend. Over the next couple days, Lin Ling and Moon start bonding and understanding each other more. Moon tells Lin Ling that he doesn't need to be nice. Later that night, Lin Ling and Moon have a talk. We discover that Moon's power is teleportation, but it's not regular teleportation. There's a side effect. The teleportation is surrounded around Nice, so every time she teleports, she has to teleport to Nice's side. This side effect is caused by the fans. Moon is viewed to always be by Nice's side, so whenever she uses her power, it always ends up by Nice's side. Moon is restricted from her freedom, and she wants that to stop. She wants to be her own person and make her own choices. Because of this, Lin Ling and Miss J come up with a plan to free Moon from being connected to Nice. This shows that Lin Ling doesn't like to see people suffer and not be able to live their lives freely. At their proposal, Nice's nemesis Rek crashes the party and was supposed to kill Moon and make a tragic story for Nice, but instead he goes off script and demands answers from Lin Ling. He asks, "Why haven't you replied to me or answered my calls?" But as we know, the real Nice is dead, and Lin Ling doesn't know who this guy is to Nice. But Nice and Rek were actually friends. Rek can tell this Nice is a fake and wants to know what happened to the real Nice. Lin Ling tells him the truth, and after their fight, the plan to kill Moon worked. Lin Ling's emotions start pouring out while he watches the person who helped him the most die in his arms. Even though she didn't die and he was supposed to be acting like she did, he wasn't acting at all. Deep down, this is how he really felt about Moon not coming back, and in the end, her dream of being free finally came true. The next part that happens is a story about a hero named Firm Man. He is a firefighter that saved a girl from burning and getting crushed under rubble. With all the rubble crushing him while he was protecting the little girl, all he could think about was stand firm. His heroic efforts were shown and he was bestowed the hero name Firm Man, and with this, he gained a lot of trust. During Miss J's debriefing on Firm Man, Lin Ling shows that he's become more of a perfectionist. Miss J tells Lin Ling his goal is to beat Firm Man's nemesis, Wolf Girl, so he can get into the top 10. When Lin Ling finds Wolf Girl's hideout, she has other plans. It was a setup in order to blow up the top of Hero Avenue where Firm Man's statue was. Hero Avenue gets blown up, and as the statue is about to crush a kid, Firm Man catches and holds the statue up. While the girl is trying to get to safety, Wolf Girl grabs the girl. She then tells Firm Man that she wants the statue to come crashing down because it's built on lies. Wolf Girl then asks Firm Man a question. Which is worth more, the statue or the little girl's life? Firm Man hesitates, and he keeps holding the statue instead of taking action to save the little girl. Wolf Girl questions why Furman has to think about sacrificing a soul for a piece of rock. Even though the people are telling Furman to let go of the rock, he isn't letting go. Then the Lin Ling comes out from the ground. As he does, Furman immediately tells Lin Ling to save the girl, while he still holds up the rock. Lin Ling then proceeds to tell Furman that she's not going to kill the girl, but that she wants to get rid of this facade that is Furman and bring back the man who saved her from the fire and rubble. Wolf Girl doesn't want the burden that comes with being Furman affecting his life. The burden that is affecting his life is the side effect to his power. This side effect is that he has to stand firm. He can't bend down or do any actions that's not standing. And with this realization that Lin Ling brought forth to Furman, he was able to be released from his shackles of standing firm. As this happened, his legs gave out and he couldn't hold on to the statue anymore. Lin Ling quickly flew over to help. Furman was carried off, and Lin Ling, with the crowd cheering him on, held up the statue and he got into the top 10. After this incident, Furman and Lin Ling had a conversation on the 10th floor of Hero Tower. As Furman was leaving, Lin Ling told him that he wasn't nice. Furman responded, "Whoever you are, just be yourself." This is another person in Lin Ling's life that is telling him to be himself, and deep down, Lin Ling is going through a battle within himself on if he should be nice. Lighter from the previous episode now has gotten consumed by fear and has a new title called God Eye. The Spotlight organization are the ones who gave Enlighter fear. After Lin Ling talked to Furman, he looked out the window and saw that God Eye had captured Moon and threatened to reveal all the lies Nice has told. This act caused Lin Ling's trust to plummet. Even so, Lin Ling rushes to the door to confront him. But as he's doing this, the fans are telling Nice not to go. The fans saying this keeps Nice from leaving the room and restricts his will to save Moon. Miss J then says, "Your believers want you to stay, so you'll stay." This shows us another example of how people are the ones truly in control of these heroes. Lin Ling is adamant about letting Moon die and staying in the Hero Tower. But then, Miss J gives Lin Ling a hard reality check, saying, "Without your fans, you're nothing. Your fans made you. They give you your looks, your powers. You want to be a hero? You want to be nice? Then this is your life." He then gets reminded by the promo he did in the first episode what a hero truly is and that anyone can be a hero. Lin Ling goes against the will of the people, defying the odds and forcing his way to leave the room. And as he leaves the room, we see Nice's features fade off of him. Lin Ling then turns around and says, "Sorry ma'am, but I'm not nice." This single line holds so much weight because Lin Ling never wanted to be nice. That was never his dream. He was reminded of that when people like Fernman and Moon told him to be himself. Lin Ling wanted to be his own hero, a real hero. As he's running through the crowd to get to Moon, he says that if he can't even save the person he cares about the most, then what's the point of being a hero? And he'd rather go back to his old self if that's the case. When he confronts God Eye, he reveals the truth, that Nice has been dead for a while and that he's Lin Ling, a nobody. While this is happening, his trust value has dropped all the way down. Lin Ling asks God Eye to release Moon, but God Eye doesn't want to. Then Lin Ling says, "Even if I lost my trust, even if I'm not nice anymore, I have no choice. For Moon I will defeat you." His attempts to beat God Eye comes to no avail as he lost his powers and has no trust. But Lin Ling keeps fighting even though this battle seems lost. As this is happening, the fans and people around the world are questioning and realizing that the person they had trusted this whole time wasn't nice, But it was Lin Ling. God Eye says that real heroes have gone extinct a long time ago because they have gotten in the way of the agencies and the associations. And all that is left are pretend puppets who people put their trust into blindly. In the midst of all this, Lin Ling uses all his willpower in an attempt to save the person he cares about the most. As he's fighting for both their lives, the people cheer him on, screaming, "Keep fighting." God Eye questions, what is this power? Why is he so strong, even with all these vulnerabilities and so little trust? But this doesn't matter to Lin Ling. He keeps fighting and wins. As the people shout his name, Lin Ling starts going viral. Many other agencies and associations wonder what's the deal with this kid and what's his hero name. But they soon realize that he doesn't have one and he's just an ordinary person. A true example of not giving up on your dreams, to keep fighting and never lose sight on what you want to do. This reflects on our lives as individuals and inspires us to keep fighting as he is for the people. So what makes Lin Ling so great is that he reflects us people in real life who have dreams and shows that we all can obtain our dreams. Lin Ling is for the people, a true hero. Thank you guys for reaching the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video as I plan on making more videos like this. See y'all in the next video.